Hey, good afternoon. This is Mike Sasser, and I am your host of The Health Hour, and we are here live today, Wednesday, 1 p.m., every Wednesday, 1 p.m. here on Lone Star Community Radio. And when I say live, I mean we are live, right? We're looking out the window right now, and we're getting some rain, that much-needed rain. You know, back in I guess what it was April, we seemed to have gotten flooded, and then May, we got flooded, and then all of a sudden just like cut off like a light switch. So this is actually very welcomed rain, and keeping the temperatures cool out there, which is a good thing. And it's just hey, it's good to be here on a Wednesday, and I hope you're listening in and checking out the show. If you have any questions about the show or myself, I've got a way that you can get in touch with me, and that is, the easiest way, and everything's so internet-based nowadays and mobile-friendly. I mean, you're out there, if you're listening, you're actually probably on your mobile device or your iPad or maybe even your desktop or whatever. So you have the computer handy, you have the internet handy, because we are internet-based, and so go to my website. That website is www.mikesasser.com. And I'll probably say this a few times in the show, but that's the easiest way to get in contact with me, because I have a Contact Mike link. And you click that, and you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. And I also have a direct email there. So, like, you just fill in the blanks there, send the email to me, and boom. Shows up right here on my phone, and it's like instant. So that's how you get in touch with me, And by the way, the Health Hour every Wednesday. What is a Health Hour? Well, it's an hour of health news you can use. I talk about different topics that are local in the community, as well as sharing basically health and well-being discussion. To help you and your family stay healthy and happy out there, I'll talk about some community things as well as different studies that I read. It may be national, maybe health-related type stuff. Not really medical stuff, but more so about nutrition. And the way this all came about is I'm a local guy here. Been living in Montgomery County for a while, and I wrote a book. I lost some weight. I kept it off. So I wrote a book. It's simple, inexpensive, and painless weight loss. And it's out there on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And matter of fact, I was just down in the Woodlands this morning, and Barnes & Noble, they have it in stock there. So if you're around the Woodlands and want to check it out, the signed copies are in the store right there, Barnes & Noble in the Woodlands. So, all right, that is kind of what the Health Hour is about. And what is today's show about? Well, let me just tell you. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits of walking, and this is near and dear to my heart, because I'm not a gym person, and I'm not an exercise person, so to speak, and that type of stuff. I mean, if you are, fantastic. But in my personal journey or weight loss journey, I walk. I walk in the park is all I do. So I thought I would share some benefits with you of walking, because it really can be that simple. And I just read a recent study. I'm going to share that with you about just simply walking. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about supplements that there's so many supplements out there. And I'm talking about everything from calcium supplements to B12 supplements. I'm not going to get so much into the name brands and things like that, because there's literally thousands of them. But we're going to talk about supplements and give you some ideas about first off, maybe some limits and what you should have per day, and some limits to that you shouldn't go over, and then I'm going to actually tell you about some different foods and stuff that you could get these nutritional value from natural foods. You may not have to go out there and buy these expensive supplements, because they're actually in the food that we eat. So going to share that with you, and then we'll have the weekly restaurant reports. Yeah, I had a hard time saying that. Restaurant reports, and what is that? That is the inspections from the Montgomery County health inspectors out there. They go out and they inspect all the restaurants around Montgomery County, and they grade them. And if they have some problems or issues and stuff, well, they don't make very good grades. So I'm going to talk about the restaurants, and these reports, by the way, they're recent. I get them every week from the Department of Health, and so I'm going to let you know what restaurants are doing a great job out there in Montgomery County, and some of the restaurants that maybe are not doing such a good job. So that'll be coming up, as well as we'll finish up the show with weekly grocery ads, and that is, every Wednesday, the grocery ads come out. If you've been listening to the show for a while, you already know that. But if you're new to the show, maybe you don't know that. So every week I look at the grocery ads. I check and see, maybe some healthy choices out there for you and your family that are on sale, and share those with you. Not so much the price, but just things to look out for when you are heading off to the grocery store this week. So that's what I've got lined up for you on the Health Hour today. And again, glad that you are tuning in. And again, if you want to get in touch with me, MikeSasser.com. All right. You can listen to the show every Wednesday, live show. I post them there on my website, as well as I do the podcast. The podcasts are there and available, shortly after the shows are done. So, you miss a show, or somebody says, "Hey, man, you should be listening to the Health Hour out there." How do you listen to it? MikeSasser.com. You can also go to the Lone Star Community Radio website, and that's www.irlongstar.com, and check them out as well. So, all right, hey, let's jump into it, okay? The benefits of walking. And again, I'm really talking for the most part about my experience. Now, I'll share some benefits that I read from this study not long ago. And here is, and we're talking about some brisk walking. So it has a exercise or activity factor there. But here's some of the examples or benefits that was listed in the study. And the one thing is, and this hits home with me, is to maintain a healthy weight. It's a proven fact that just simply walking can help you lose weight and maintain your weight. It doesn't take hours in the gym, and it doesn't take all these expensive DVD exercise videos and all of that type of stuff. It can literally be just taking a good brisk walk, 4 to 5 times a week. All right, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Okay. Also, prevent and manage various conditions, including heart disease, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. All right, and again, I know for a fact that in my own case, once I lost the weight, because at one time I had the especially the high blood pressure issue, and once I lost the weight, I was able to not have to take meds. Now, is Mike saying, lose 5 pounds and then stop taking your meds? No. That's something that you and your doctor have to talk about. But I'm just saying that was my experience. And since I've maintained the weight and kept it off, or maintained the weight loss, I should say, I've been able to stay off the meds. So that is a definite benefit right there. Another benefit that the study stated was strengthening your bones and muscles. Again, you're moving. You're out there moving, and so even just walking, you're building muscle, or at least maintaining muscle, and it's a good thing. Improve your mood. I found a little place, and I'm lucky. I have a natural or nature type park not far from where I live, and it has a nice hiking trails and things like that through the woods and stuff. So that's where I walk, and I get out in nature, fresh air, sunshine, and it feels great, puts me in a good mood, and helps me think sometimes. I just kind of plug in my music and take off walking, and it's good for my mood, good for thinking about things. The other thing is, and I didn't really ever think about this, but improve your balance and coordination. You don't think so much about simply walking would do that, but again, I guess the more you do something, the better you get at it, and you certainly have to balance yourself and coordinate to walk. I mean, we all think like, well, this is just walking is simple, but think about what the body's doing and all the things that are working there, huh? So that is just some of the things that the study came out with, and let me just share some personal things with you. And as a goal, I aim for about at least 30 minutes of walking when I go out. Now I can now walk about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes because I try to get my 10,000 steps in which is works out to about 4.5-5 miles, something like that. But you might not be able to do that. You might not be able to start by doing it. So aim for 30 minutes and just see where you can get with it. Have a goal. Like I said, I used the 10,000 steps goal, if you will, or I've got my little map, my little walking path mapped out. So I use laps sometimes, and how many laps? 10 laps, 15 laps, whatever it is. So have a goal, and then let's say let's say you're busy. You're putting in 12 hours a day. You're in an office sitting and that type of stuff. Mike, I just don't have I don't feel like it. And I don't have 30 minutes to get out and take a walk. Well, guess what? During the day, you can fit in smaller increments of time. 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Walk around the office building. Walk to your instead of shooting an email across the building, maybe walk over there, or whatever. But so what I'm saying is, you can break it down into smaller segments. You don't have to do that full 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever all at one time. And the other thing is, you can fit this into your normal day. Let's say you're going shopping. Everybody grocery shops. Everybody goes shopping for something somewhere. Everybody, so park a little bit further away from the building, of course, weather permitting, and get your steps in. Just number one, it might not get your car banged up, with grocery carts or whatever. And number two, you're getting your activity, you're getting your exercise in, getting the walking in. Now, I used to travel a lot, and my last tip here on walking is, I stayed in hotels and I was on the road a lot. So I found that again, I put in long days, and it's like, well, I don't really feel like going to try to find a park somewhere or a place to walk, in a different city, and maybe not even know that much about my surroundings. So in the hotel, use the hotel stairwells. Maybe there's a mall that's close by or something like that. But there's just almost no excuse to not get out and walk and get some steps in, get some activities in, and you're going to get all of these benefits from it. So get out and walk. I mean, it's just that simple. So that's what I've got on the walking, and I think we're going to maybe take a break here. I've got some things to talk about in the supplements coming up. So let's pay some bills around here, and I'll be right back. So come on back to the Health Hour.
Here we are, another morning in Montgomery County. It's 6 a.m. and all you can do is think about hitting that snooze button. But don't. Wake up with me, your morning radio host of Mornings with Lone Star, Dick. Every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, join me for some music, talk, interviews, giveaways, and of course Montgomery County's weather and traffic. I'm here to make your morning start. Every weekday morning, online at irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 with Mornings with Lone Star.
I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that texting and talking on the phone while driving are not only dangerous, but also illegal in school zones and other posted areas. Drive safely and alert. I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that drinking and driving do not mix. Drinking and driving causes an alcohol-related fatality every hour in the United States. Stay sober and stay alive.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. We are proud to sponsor 10 philanthropic programs that enhance the lives of those in our community. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe, or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. This is Mike Sasser, and I am your host of the Health Hour every Wednesday at 1 p.m. here on Lone Star Community Radio. And this is a live show. We are sitting here in the studio downtown Conroe, and we do this every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, the Health Hour. It's a health hour or hour of health news that you can use. And if you've been listening to the show, then you know how to get in touch with me. But let's say you haven't been listening. Let's say this is your first time, and you're thinking, well, I'd like to ask Mike a question, or I'd like to maybe make a comment, or maybe I have a suggestion for an upcoming show. Maybe you would like to sponsor the show. How do you get in touch with Mike? Well, I'll tell you. It's very simple. I have a website. It's called MikeSasser.com. I mean, come on. That's not so hard, is it, right? That's MikeSasser, MikeSasser.com. Go to there, that website, and click on Contact Mike. A page is going to open up. You're going to see my email. As a matter of fact, it's like kind of one of those direct type email things. All you do is fill it out, put your comment, questions, or anything that you want in there, and click send. Boom, and it comes right to my phone here. I have my Facebook link as well. I mean, just one click, and boom, you're on my Facebook page. You can send me some information or some questions that way. Or if you do the Twitter thing, tweet me. I also have a Twitter account, and again, all of this stuff. Modern technology is so cool. It all comes right straight to my phone right here, and that's how we get in touch. That's how you get involved with the Health Hour. So again, just to kind of recap today, we just talked about the benefits of walking, and about to talk about the supplements and supplement industry. Nutritional supplements is what I really want to talk about here. But let's say you missed the first segment. You're just tuning in. Well, again, go to my website, and guess what? All of these shows are podcast. So I have many shows already now that are podcasts. Are available. You can listen to it in the middle of the night, or on the weekends, or whenever you like. But if you like the live show, every Wednesday at 1 o'clock right here on Community Lone Star Radio. Okay, now we are talking about supplements, and like I said, again, I don't want to try to get into all the name brands, and you have bodybuilding supplements, you have weight loss supplements, you have nutritional supplements, and all that kind of stuff. What I want to do is kind of break down some of, I guess, the natural supplements. And that your body needs, and give you some ideals of what you should have, or what your body needs or requires a day, per day, and then definitely what you should not go over. All right, and then I'm going to share some just natural foods with you that will give you the same nutritional values, okay, to where maybe you don't have to go buy all these expensive supplements and stuff. And when I say expensive, now check this out. I went to WebMD, and this is some old information, because I looked for some more recent information, but this is 2009, okay, was when this was published. But it says here that the total sales in the U.S. for dietary supplements, and they're actually talking about 2006 here, was estimated at $22.1 billion. That's with a B, $billion. And it says, it goes on to say vitamin supplements accounted for $7.2 billion. Now you think about that. That's 10 years ago. So it probably has at least doubled. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry out there. All right. So it's a lot of money involved. So all right. Yeah. Do you really need to take all these supplements? Well, let's talk about that a little bit. Okay. So I went on to do a little more research. That's what I do every morning. Check out and read a bunch of studies and things like that. And I found a Harvard Medical School research paper, and this is a little bit more current. This was published in January of 2013. Okay, you can find this at health www.health.harvard.ed if you want to go check it out. And what this does is it tells you, and again, these are the kind of natural nutritional things that your body needs pretty much on a daily basis to run smoothly. So I looked at the recommendation levels for daily intake for several important nutrients. Okay, so let's look at calcium. All right, it says how much do you need? Well, all right. The study says 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day. That sounds like a lot, but now we're talking about milligrams here. Okay, we're not talking about ounces or anything like that. We're talking about milligrams. For its calcium, it says do not exceed 2,000 milligrams. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this list and kind of like that and tell you some of these important nutrients and what you need per day and what not to go over. All right. So again, you can find this study, and I'll come back to it, but you can find it at Harvard. Let's see, what is it? health.harvard.ed is the website address on this. So okay, calcium. All right. Let's see. Folate. 400 micrograms. That's even smaller, so 400 micrograms is what your body would need to run on. You do not want to exceed 1,000 micrograms of foliate per day. Iron is very important in your diet. Okay, you need about 8 milligrams to operate on a daily basis. At your peak. You do not want to exceed 45 milligrams of iron per day. Again, we're talking about per day. All right. Vitamin A, 700, again, micrograms are okay. You do not want to exceed 3,000 micrograms of vitamin A per day. That's a pretty good range. It's a pretty big range. So, you should not have too much trouble with that. Just giving you the information here, informing you of what these supplements can you need per day. Vitamin B6. Okay, getting into those vitamin B complexes, if you will. Those are important for your just your everyday running and what am I trying to think of? Metabolism. That's it. Yeah. So B6, 1.5 milligrams. Okay, what your body can operate on. All right. You don't want to exceed 100 milligrams of vitamin B6. B12. You see this on TV all the time. You read about it, especially in diet plans. B12. Okay. Check this out. For B12, what your body needs, or they suggest per day, is 2.4 micrograms. All right. Now it says here that they have not established an upper limit. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you, like, I would say not go out there and like overdose on it, but again, stay within 2.4 micrograms. You can do fine. All right, vitamin C, another very important vitamin. Okay, 75 milligrams recommended per day. Do not exceed 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day. Okay, vitamin D. All right, 600 to 800 milligrams. Okay, do not exceed 4,000. All right, that's on your vitamin D. Now, vitamin E. Okay, vitamin E, the daily recommended is 15 milligrams, and do not exceed 1,000 milligrams. Okay, so that's kind of your, essential nutrients that your body needs to run on. Again, there's a lot of other things that are involved, but I'm talking about the supplements that is a multi-billion-dollar industry out there, and so that's what they sell you on. They tell you, like, well, you need all this stuff, and you do need all this stuff. But here's what I want to try to share with you or let you know is all of these are found in natural foods. Okay, so next. Coming up, what I'm going to do is, share these natural foods with you, the food sources to where you can get all of these vitamins, all right, when you go to the grocery store and you're buying your groceries and stuff. So that is what I'm going to talk about next. So we're going to take another break, and when we come back, I'm going to share with you the foods that you can get these daily nutrients from. So, hey, come on back to the Health Hour, and we'll be right back right after these commercials.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Listen in on Mondays at noon to hear the East Montgomery County news. News from our Precinct 4 Commissioner Jim Clark, Precinct 4 Constable Rowdy Hayden, our local nonprofits, school districts, and events that matter to you, residents of Porter, New Caney, and Splendora. With your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information, check us out online at facebook.com/EMC News.
The Conroe YMCA's benchmark adaptive programming for kids and adults is Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith is an equine-assisted therapy program serving children and adults with adaptive needs. The riders in our Leap of Faith program are working to address and manage specific aspects of their lives impacted by illness, injury, or disability. The Leap of Faith program has experience working with riders who are living with attention deficit or other hyperactivity disorders, hearing impairments, visual impairments, developmental delays or disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, head traumas, brain injuries, and paralysis. Our program uses horseback riding to develop self-confidence and self-esteem, to increase upper and lower body strength, assist in respiratory issues, and establish a trusting relationship between the rider and their horse. Not only do these activities aid in the physical and mental development of the rider, but they also foster self-reliance and independence. For more information regarding our program, to become a rider, or to volunteer with a great group of people, please call our Welcome Center at 936-441-9622 or visit our website at www.ymcahouston.org/Conroe.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. I'm Mike Sasser. I'm your host of the Health Hour, and this is a weekly show every Wednesday at 1 p.m. here on Lone Star Community Radio. Thanks for joining me today on this rainy Wednesday. Yes, and it's welcomed rain. We have since the floods of April and the floods of May, we seem to have dried out there. So this rain is much needed and welcome. Of course, we don't need 12 inches overnight or anything like that. But so far today, it hadn't been too bad. I've been out and about this morning, and I didn't really see any major flooded areas or anything. So, but be careful out there on the roads if you are out and about, and use caution, use a little patience, and just be safe out there. Okay. So again, welcome to the Health Hour. It's hour of health news you can use, and so what are we talking about today? Well, if you just happen to be tuning in, we've already talked about the benefits of walking. I'm talking about supplements, and this is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. And I'm sharing with you the essential nutritional supplements or nutrition values, if you will, that your body kind of needs to operate on a daily basis. So that's where we at and everything. And so hey, let's say you missed the first half of the show and you want to find out what was going on. How do you do that? Well, you go to MikeSasser.com. All right. Everything's pretty much internet based here. We are on the internet. You're listening to us on your phone or mobile device or computer. Whatever. But we're on the internet, and so I am too. And you go to MikeSasser.com. Click on Contact Mike. You go to my Facebook. You go to my email and Twitter. All of those are just quick links right there, and boom, you're in touch with me. And guess what? I also have a page on there that it has all my podcast. So all the shows are taped, recorded, and put on my website, as well as Lone Star Community Radio's website. And if you want that website, guess what? Here it is, www.irlonestar.com. So, hey, that's how you get in touch with us. That's how you find out about us. That's how you ask questions. And, anything else that you may have on your mind out there. So that is how you do it. So getting back into the supplements. And again, let me just kind of recap this, because these are big numbers. And again, this is kind of old information, so I can only guess that it may have at least come close to doubling. But in 2006, the dietary supplement industry in the U.S., in the United States, was estimated at $22.1 billion, with vitamins accounting for, and that's what I'm talking about here today, with vitamins accounting for $7.2 billion. So, and again, 2006, here we are in 2016. So I know this is old data, old information, but again, it has only probably doubled at least. All right. So anyway, I just covered the actual kind of nutrient and how much your body requires or needs to operate on a daily basis, and then they set some parameters in here for what you should not exceed, because it can be harmful to you if you get too much of this stuff. So I tell you, the body is just it's an amazing thing. It really is an amazing thing. So, all right, and again, these are just some of the essential nutrients. And what I want to tell you now is, how do you get these nutrients in just natural foods? I personally don't like taking all these pills. I'll share with you. One time I was on this certain diet plan, and guess what? I had all of these nutrients to take. I was probably taking about 12 pills, multivitamins, this type of supplement, that type of supplement. I was probably taking about 12 pills a day. That was no fun. That was no fun at all. If you're there and you're with me on this, let me share with you some foods, natural foods, that you can get these same supplements from. Okay, so again, here we go. The essential nutrients, and the first one on the list is calcium. By the way, let me tell you, this information, I did find this at the Harvard Medical School website, and that website is www.health.harvard.ed. A lot of information on here. I just kind of pulled some of these essential nutrients and that information off of here. So, okay. Calcium is the first one on the list, and we all know that we can get calcium from milk, and really just kind of overall diet dairy products. Okay, so milk and yogurt are on the list, but I did not know this. Okay, sardines. All right, and you might say, oh, whoa, okay, but yeah, that's on the list. Check this out. If you're into sushi and Oriental and that type of stuff, tofu, you can get calcium from tofu. All right, I never thought about that. Never thought about it. Fortified orange juice also can have calcium. You've seen some of the orange juices with I guess the fortified or added calcium in it. So that is a source for it. If you don't like dairy products, then that may be a source for you to get calcium. Okay, folic acid. All right. Spinach. Spinach is a great source for folic acid. All right. And lentils, beans, if you will, another great source for folic acid. They also list on this study fortified cereals. Okay, so you might want to look for that on the back. And what do I tell you? Always read nutrition labels. So look at your nutrition label on the cereals. You may look for fortified folic acid, but I caution you in the cereals. Look out also for the sodium content, and look out for the sugar, the amount of sugar that is in some of these cereals. Because especially if you are trying to lose weight, those are two things there that you do not want to overdo in. Okay, all right. Moving on. Iron. Okay, iron, very important in your diet. What natural foods out there? Oysters, number one. Okay. Oysters has a high content of iron, all right, and then turkey. Turkey is also on the list as well. So that gives you a couple choices, and that's protein. Protein is good for you. You're trying to lose weight, and protein actually, your body has to work harder to break down protein. So essentially, you're almost burning calories when you're burning down when you're digesting protein. Okay. Now, it also mentions on here as iron is chicken liver. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not one of my favorites. So, quite honestly, I use that for catching catfish. But that might be something that you like. So there's another source right there. Omega-3 fatty acids. Okay. This is no surprise here, but salmon. Okay, fish, if you will. Again, sardines makes the list. Flaxseed. It's also a great source for omega-3s. Walnuts, almonds, and soybeans. Omega-3 fatty acids. That's the fatty or fat that is good for your body. Okay, all right. Vitamin A. Vitamin A. Okay. You can get this from sweet potatoes. You can get it from spinach. You can get it from carrots. You can get it from cantaloupe. Now, this one has a pretty wide range of foods there. It also lists that you can get it from tomatoes. All right. Again, natural foods that you can get your essential nutrients from, and you don't have to pop pills. You don't have to spend all this money on these expensive supplements. Okay. If that's not what you're into. Vitamin B6. Okay. Chickpeas. All right. Is loaded with B6. Salmon is next on the list, and here's something that I believe is probably in almost everybody's diet out there: is chicken breast for your for a source of B6 nutrients. Okay, all right. B12. Okay, clams is listed on here. Trout. All right, and fortified breakfast cereals, as well as beef liver. If you're into liver, then you're in luck. All right, you can get your B12 from beef liver. Again, when you're looking at trout and fish and things like that in the grocery store, try to stay with wild caught or natural versus farm raised. But anyway, that is a great source for B12. Okay, vitamin D. Guess what's on the list? Again, boom, salmon. You see that a lot in a lot of the cooking shows and the health shows on TV and things like that. But salmon definitely has a lot of benefits for you. Tuna as well. Okay, salmon, tuna. So we're talking about seafood, if you will. All right, yogurt has vitamin D. All right, that's good. Yogurt's good. And then fortified milk. Okay, so if you like milk and you're into milk, guess what? You can get your vitamin D from it, as well as your calcium. So, when you start looking down this list, you can see several different foods or the same food that is supplying maybe 2, maybe even 3 of these essential nutrients that you need on a daily basis to operate. So, again, there's a lot of great information here. All right. Vitamin E. Where does vitamin E come from? Okay. How can you get it without just popping pills, so to speak. Wheat germ oil, okay, well, you might have some of that around the house. You may not. I honestly don't think that I do have any of that around the house. But almonds, you can get vitamin E, and sunflower seeds. All right. I tell you what, when I was a kid, I used to eat I don't know, just handfuls of sunflower seeds. Loved them. And then peanut butter. Peanut butter has vitamin E in it as well. And, once again, let me just tell you, all right, be sure and read the labels, all right, nutritional labels, check and see what they have. We've already talked about what you should not, exceed, or the amounts you should not go over on a daily basis. So just kind of do your math, do your homework, and know what you're putting in your body. Okay. Now, let me just touch for a second on weight loss supplements here. Okay. And the first thing is, I'm not going to tell you that they don't work. I am going to tell you that if you're in the nutrition store and you're buying weight loss supplements, read the small print. Okay, these supplements, weight loss supplements especially, they come with a lot of promises. Okay, all right, about dropping pounds and melting it away, and everybody wants it overnight. I'm going to tell you quite honestly that just that's not the true story. Okay, not exactly how it works. But in the small print, you're going to find that most of is going to have with proper diet and exercise. Okay, so really you're popping these pills, but they're still telling you, go out and eat a sensible diet, a healthy diet, and exercise or have activities. So really, truly, come on, what is this expensive weight loss supplement doing for you? Okay. Go out and get you some natural foods that you can find these nutrients in, and much, in my opinion, much better for you. You have the taste, you have you make meals out of them, and you're not just popping pills all the time. Okay, so hey, that is my breakdown on the nutrients. Okay, and let me share this one more time. You can find this at the website www.health.harvard.ed. This was a Harvard Medical School study done, published, I should say, in 2013, and read up on it. So that's going to take us up to our next break. Got to pay some bills here. So when I come back, I'm going to talk about the restaurant reports. So come on back to the Health Hour.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas. At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
Hello, I'm Bonita DeRosa, Animal Control Officer for the City of Willis. We invite you to tune in to Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. for the Willis Hour. On the first Thursday of the month, the Willis Hour will be covering upcoming events and news about the city. Join in the conversation with your city officials and other leaders in the community. On the third, we will be doing a recap of the last city council meeting. The mission of the City of Willis is to provide high-quality services, accountability, and professional commitment to our citizens. We pledge to provide those who live, work, and visit our city an effective government that is open and responsive to the needs and values of the community. Again, we invite you to tune in on Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 for the Willis Hour.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. Through our Operation School Bell program, we have provided new clothes to over 50,000 students in our county. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. Mike Sasser here, and I'm the host of the Health Hour every Wednesday at 1 p.m. You can listen to it right here on Lone Star Community Radio. And how do you do that? Well, you can listen at www.irlongstar.com and the live show. Check us out Wednesdays. And let's say you missed the show or you want to share the Health Hour with one of your friends or family members, and by the way, you can it's so cool. It's internet, so you can do this almost anywhere around the world, right? So you can catch the podcast at the longstar.com website, or you can catch it at my website, which is mikesasser.com. And the Health Hour is an hour of health news you can use every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here. So we've got a great show going on for you. We've talked about the benefits of walking. We talked about the natural or essential supplements and the supplement industry and how you can eat natural foods to get these supplements without having to take pills all the time. And so I tell you, it's been a very informative, packed show, and I almost forgot that I've got restaurant reports to do. So let me jump into the restaurant reports here. And what this is the Montgomery County health inspections for all the restaurants that go out. They inspect them and everything. So I like to look for the restaurants that have. I always like to start with a positive, by the way. So I like to look at the restaurants that scored 100% on their inspection. Okay, and these are inspections from last week, by the way. These are recent inspections that they've done. So let me cover these for you. Okay, first up is the Golden Chopsticks, and that's on College Park. All right, they scored a 100 in their inspection. So kudos out to those folks out there. Okay. A popular place in the Woodlands on Research is the Grub Burger Bar. They were inspected on 7/21, okay, and they scored a perfect score of 100. Good job there. All right, if you're into frozen yogurt, okay, Cups Frozen Yogurt, again, in the Woodlands and in Hughes Landing. That's a big new place out there. I mean, it just seems like that stuff popped up overnight, basically, but they scored a 100 on their health inspection, all right. Simply Wonderful Sushi, that's on 1488 Magnolia. Scored a 100, so again, congratulations to those folks. And Smoothie King on 1488 Magnolia, they also scored a 100. So congratulations to those guys. Good job, keep it up. And again, what are these inspections all about? They're about keeping you and I and your families healthy when we go out and eat at these establishments, because the inspectors are looking to make sure everything is sanitary and clean and up to par. All right, so that's a good deal. All right, so hey, all right, the restaurants that did not do so good. Okay. And again, this is from last week. All right, Dickey's Barbecue on 1488 Magnolia. They scored an 87, and one of the notations on here was employees were on the serving line with no hair restraint. Okay, so we all know what could happen in that situation. All right, hair in your food type thing. And then McDonald's on League Line Road scored an 85%. And had to do with sanitizer. Their sanitizer was 10 parts per million, where it should be 50 parts per million. You might say, well, what does all that mean? Basically, they wasn't up to speed in cleaning the dishes and keeping them sanitized for us. Okay, and then all right. Here is, one more. Two more. Here we go. The Woodlands Thai Cafe, Woodlands Parkway, scored 82%. And here's something that really catches my eye, is they removed dead insects from the cabinet in the restaurant. So, hey, insects, food, restaurants, just doesn't go together. Okay, but I guess the one, the winner of the week for Not So Good award would be Top Donuts on 1488 Magnolia. They scored 85, but roaches were found covering the hand sink, crawling on the floor, and then dead roaches were found in the restaurant. Not good. So, okay, come on, get it together, because we expect restaurants and everything to be nice and clean and ready to go. Last thing I want to do, I want to touch on the Kroger's ad. This is a weekly ad, and I'm looking here. They have some seedless grapes, which are great snacks. Believe me, they beat, hands down, they beat a handful of M&Ms or, a Kit Kat bar or something like that. Get you some grapes. Make them, wash them, put them in front of your refrigerator shelf there. Put them in view, in sight, and, eat those instead of all these candies and things like that. So, good and healthy for you. And by the way, this is Kroger's. I stopped by Kroger's this morning on the way in. They have a good sale on Chobani yogurt, okay, Greek yogurt, and again, yogurt, by the way, was on our nutrition or nutrient list as well earlier that we did in the show. And the thing I want to say about yogurt is when you are having the yogurt with the that's already flavored with fruits, look out for the sugar content. That little bitty thing of yogurt, okay, and it's usually one serving size, but that one serving of yogurt can have the entire day's worth of sugar in it, which is 25 grams of sugar. So, if you ate nothing else all day long, that one little thing of yogurt would give you the amount of sugar that you need. And quite frankly, folks, that is what is making people overweight, obese, and causing all of these, health issues in America and in other places in the world as well. So that's what we do at the Health Hour. Hey, I share information, hopefully to keep you and your family healthy out there. And I invite you to come back, tune in next week. When are we on there? Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. And so have a great week. And I hope to be right back on air and talking to you next week. So bye bye.